Good morning, it is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market doesn't open up here for quite a while, but MYOV, quite the pre-market activity already. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one, maybe a pre-market trade on it. If not, I'll just see you back at the open. I have an order at 11:45 here to go short 1,500 shares on MYOV. Got those. Go to 11.85 for my next allotment. So I'm short now 1,500 shares, 11:45. Market opens up here in about 22 minutes. So we'll have a pre-market trade. So like I said, my next allotment is up there at 11.85. So I will go ahead and, well, I'll keep it going now just in case it wants to shoot up there and fill me. All right, I will pause, but if it looks like it's going to get up to 11.85, I'll get the video rolling. Going for some shares here at 11.95. So I've gotten, there we go. Also have some shares up there at 12.25 and 12.45. Move this red line up. That represents where if the price can hit that, then I would be in the green. So let's see if we can get a pullback to that area. Again, if it can hit that red line, that implies that I am in the green. So they're out of the trade for 228, and I will be interested in this one if it decides to go back over 12. And the market opens up here in, let's see, about 17 minutes. So up to, if you're not familiar with my screen, up to 28 here before technically the market evens opens. And I will leave that 12:45 order out there just in case it comes back upwards. But yeah, nice little start to the day before technically the day even starts. 12:45, nice, I'm in for my first 1,500 on this move to the upside here. So let's see what it wants to do. Oh, wow. Look at that move. Holy smokes. Well, if you blinked, you missed that. That just shot down in the blink of an eye. Well, let's get up to 12.95 now in case that sort of stuff happens to the upside. So just double checking. Yeah, so 12.95 now, new first order. But again, yeah, if you missed it, welcome to the party. I'll have to scroll back when I rewatch this. I mean, it was just like the rug got pulled out of the price and in the blink of an eye snapped downward. So filled me at 12.30, which gave me the 15 cents on the 1,500 shares. So now before the market is even open, market opens up in about 5 minutes, up $453. But like I said, my next first entry point now, would like to go short. Like to go short at 12.95 for 1,500 shares on MYOV. And I'm just going through that because I realize some of you have maybe never seen these and are unfamiliar with my screen. But yeah, let's see if it can work its way up to 12.95. I've backed my order back to 13.45 now just because the market opens in less than 5 minutes. And you know, at the market or at the open, things can really get pretty jolty. So I figured if it does get jolty to the upside, then I'll just give a little bit more wiggle room. So again, 13.45 going to be my order going into the open. I have an order at 13.75. Close. All right, well, at this point, since it didn't fill, as explained, because the market now opens in less than 1 minute, I'm just going to go up over 14 because I have no idea how quick and jolty this thing will get, which you did see. I mean, we saw just how fast it can move. And like I said, given the market opens up here any second now, I'll just err on the side a little bit more caution. And we'll see what happens. Okay, there is the break. And it did not fill me at 14.45. Now it did. And it took me out there at 14.20. So now up 8.28, but need to stop talking. And let's go up to 14.95 for my next first entry point. So again, 14.95. And yes, you do hear me typing. I'm making some alerts in the chat room. If you're not aware, I do offer a private trading community. All right, well, it's a bit of ways from 14.95, but also at the same time, it seems like it's not that far away because you've now seen how fast it can move. But 1 minute into the day, up $828. So I'll take it. And here we are getting some movement once again. So I'll keep a close eye on it. All right, well, big movement up there and totally missed it. So let's see what this wants to do here. Again, I'm in at 15.45. Let's go to 16.45, 16.95. So I got some out at 15. So try for some more out there at 75. Get them down there at 75. So all out there now up $1,500, but so I apologize I missed that entry point, but again, just shot straight up there. Now I was watching Roku, and let me actually get Facebook alerted here to the room as I'm talking. So I'll let this play out. Clay, why didn't you hold? Yes, I agree. Why didn't I hold? Unfortunately, this is real trading. This is not a simulator. I do not have hindsight in my favor. But let's see, 935 and now up $1,500. So yes, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it is what it is. Although it looks like a key break point right there at 1450. Going to get that alerted. MYOV 1450 flush point. So there you go. All right, well, there we are. Good start to the morning. Might be interested, in fact, just to kind of document that. Right there at about 1450, if it can break down through there, would not be shocking at all to see some further movement to the downside. So I'll keep an eye on it. Power of charts, talked about 1450, and it bounced right there off of $14.53. So within 3 cents, I think I'll credit that close enough. But that's still definitely looking like a level where if it can be broken, then potentially a nice short-sided trade for some movement to the downside here. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Well, I missed it as talked about that 1450 mark, and now it's currently bleeding. But a quick, because one of the big questions always goes, hey, Clay, how does this community work that you have? And just to kind of point out how this alerts. So this was the alert here that I made. Let me try that again. Nothing like doing these on the spot. So I alerted right there, MYOV 1450 flush point, and that was denoted by that red line there. So there's, congratulations to those of you members that have watched these and that partook in that. So nice flush to the downside there. So a good potential short-sided trade. Like I said, I missed it because I've been watching Roku, which has been pretty crazy. Let's pull up Roku real quick, and you'll see that this one was looking for more of a break to the upside of there to try to play some sort of fake break. But as you saw, it did technically break, but by only a few pennies, so nothing played out there. But while I was watching all that, then that's where MYOV broke down. But I'm not terribly disappointed. I mean, I'm up $1,500. But it is what it is. However, again, that is how the chat room works if you're kind of interested. And just a quick little real-time alert there. But let's see if I can capture a couple more trades. Okay, I have an order at 12.55. Try to play the pullback here. It's getting very, very jumpy. On that movement, it went down as low as 12.66 before bouncing. So I've been playing it on the short side, but now looking to potentially play it on the long side. Have an order at 14.45 and now go short on this current bounce right here. So let's see if it can get up to 14.45. It's trying. Still a ways off. I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, I'm getting jumpy again. All right, well, time to go to 14.85. So how high did it actually go? Went up as high as 14.40. So 5 cents away, but let's see if it wants to get up to 14.85. Actually seeing that. I misjudged. Should be at 14.95. So 14.95. Have an order at 147.15. 1,500 shares of Roku. Again, 147.15. Well, it paused, so let's go to 146.55 now. Roku, very, very fast mover. So that's why I'm giving this plenty of leeway here. So let's see if it can flush down through 147. Another example here of how the room works. So let me bring up this alert so you can see, and then I'll just walk through it so you can also see the power of charts and why technical analysis should be a tool you use. So here I alerted Roku 152.25 key downside break, and the 152 mark was denoted right there by that green line. So that's what I was looking at, and you can see that, yeah, it went sideways, but then once it broke through there, now did I think that it was going to fall $4 in 4 minutes? No, charts aren't going to tell you that, and I'd be a total liar if I sat here and tried to imply that, and I knew it was going to get that nasty. But point being, that was a high probability downside break, and yeah, it went to the downside all right. So just another example there of how the alerts work in the community. So again, for those of you members that do watch these videos that partook in that, congratulations. I have an order at 73.75 here on CRSP. Got those. Oh wow, out that fast for, all right, I just stop talking for a second. Get up to 74.50 real quick. Then I'll explain. Excuse me, 74.75, double checking. So yeah, that was an extremely quick 125. Got short at 73.75 and then covered 25 cents lower for the quick $125. Like I said, one of those situations where if you blinked, you missed it, but I'm not complaining. All right, well, let's see if this thing can work its way back up. Well, no, it's just, never mind. The movement is pretty much over. So, all right, well, at least I got 125 from it. Have an order at 16.45 here. Just got the break. So again, 16.45. We'll see if it can work its way up there. Moved it up to 16.75. I don't know, might have been too greedy trying to get that. We'll see. In 16.75. Okay, I got those. All right, so all out there. I need to, let's see, 17.15. Yeah, 17.15, next entry point, just double checking. All right, there we go. Another 15 cents on it with 1,500 shares. But let's see if this thing can get up over 17. Okay, going for the break of 17. All right, it failed, therefore I need to go up to 17.45 now. I wanted to see it break on that first attempt. It did not, so therefore adjusting my order up to 17.45. Have an order at 121.50 for 100 shares. Well, time to go to 125 now then. On KRTX, everything's an absolute beast. So 125 now. I was at 125.50 as you saw my order in there, and you can see that it hit a high of 121.48. So within 2 cents, and now it's pulling back. Have an order at 15.15. Got the plunge. Now it's just a question of can the plunge far enough. So let's see. Met again 15.15. I'll keep an eye on it. Well, it's going. So at this point, I'm going to go to 15.01. All right, I apologize, but that just literally in a split second, the price just dropped out of nowhere. At least I got some of the exit point on video. And the thing is, I was watching that too. I was just getting ready. I'm like, okay, if it looks like it'll break through 15, then I'll get the video, I'll hit record. And it wasn't even close to breaking through 15, and all of a sudden it was down there. How low did it actually go? Went as low as 14.52 in a split second, but we'll put an order down there at 14.25. It's not quite 90 minutes in, but I'm up over $2,000 now. So at this point, I feel like I'm almost just being greedy, wanting more. But yeah, I mean, if this does pull back, I'll give it one more go. If not, I'm just going to call it a day. I'm more than happy with $2,000 in 90 minutes. So I'll give it, like I said, a little bit more time to see if it wants to. Well, it's making a move. What I'm curious of is if it breaks 14.50, is that going to create another insane move to the downside or not? So I'd like to try to capture that on video at least, just so we can try to see just how fast these things can move, but I'll do my best. Okay, there it is at 14.50 on the bid. Okay, I changed my order to 14 even, which is the value here of that red line, but did not act the way I ideally wanted to see it. So, I mean, it broke, but didn't really snap down the way I thought it would. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that order and call it a day. Before I go, one final thing. First off, if you found this video helpful and you just enjoyed it, the easiest way to communicate that to me is hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and then hopefully to subscribe to the channel. But I also understand you'd probably want to check out the channel first, make sure that there's other content you enjoy. But I'm confident that if you're looking into the stock market, building wealth, and all that good stuff, then I think you'll ultimately find good value and want to subscribe. But at least if, like I said, if you like these exact videos, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Also, I showed a couple examples of how that private community worked in the chat room. So if you're interested, just go to claytrader.com/team. And really the big question that you need to ask yourself to go through the math is, okay, $99 for 3 months, that equates to a question of, okay, do I believe that this service can make me more than $8.25? Not per day, but per week. If you believe the service can help you make more than $8.25 per week, you will get a good return on your investment. So that's kind of how that breaks down. Now, if you go the full year where you get 3 months free, then that $8.25 goes even lower. But at the onset, that's the way you look at that. So check that out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section or reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer anything for you. But if nothing else, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and hopefully you decide to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.